Yes, today William Ruto has released part of the new cabinet. He released the names of 11 cabinet secretaries, and 5 of these cabinet secretaries have retained their position. We must ask ourselves, why is it that President William Ruto has released part of his cabinet and not the entire cabinet? That is the reason. Because we all know someone would expect that he would release the entire cabinet all at once. And I've always told people where I think William Ruto is one of the wisest presidents Kenya has ever had. Is the reason why he was able to beat the sitting president and the opposition leader in 2022. If this situation of 2022 was faced by an ordinary politician, he would fail, but he was able to bring it on because of his wisdom. Even in the way he selected his deputy president, when Kithure Kindiki and Gachagua were one of the people who were being considered, he used wisdom. He exercised wisdom to pick Gachagua because Gachagua comes from a Kikuyu community, which is who are the majority in the mountain Kenya. So in this episode, I've come to talk about why William Ruto decided to release part of his cabinet and not in its entirety. Okay, and what we expect in the second batch of cabinet secretaries. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So after William Ruto dissolving his cabinet, some people expected that it was a decision that was right to be taken. And I also believe the same. Today, he released part of his cabinet, and I'm going to read you some of the names. Minister of Interior, Kithure Kindiki. He comes back in the same docket. Minister of Health, Dr. Deborah Mulongo Baraza is new. Minister of Lands and Public Works, Alice Wahome. She's also brought back. Minister of Education, Julius Migos Ogamba. Minister of Defense, Aden Bare Duale. Minister of Agriculture, Andrew Muhia Karanja. Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, Reslinda Soipan Tuya. Minister of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, Eric Murithi Muga. Minister of Roads and Transport, Davis Chirichir. Minister of Information, Communication and Digital Economy, Margaret Nyambura Ndungu. And General Rebecca Maina. Those are the 11 people who were nominated. Among the 11, there are some 5 that were brought back. Those 5 include Eden Duare, Kithure Kindiki, Alice Wahome, Sopian Tuya, and others. And I would expect that Eden Duare was going to be brought back because, first of all, he's a friend of William Ruto. He's one of the few essays that delivered. But also, he won his MP seat and relinquished that MP seat to be given as his position. It would be hypocrisy if he was left out. The same is to Alice Wahome. He fought hard for William Ruto to come in power. She also won his candidate seat. So you cannot tell me that you tell a person to leave his seat as MP and you dismiss him as CS. It will be hypocritical. But we must ask ourselves, why did he release part of his cabinet and not its entirety? One of the reasons is he's trying to test the waters. Because already some people are coming out to say that they needed an entire new cabinet, not with old faces. So by releasing part of the cabinet, he's testing the waters to see what the public will talk about those people who were brought back, so that he can listen. Okay? But also he has brought in new ones. That's a sign that it is a sign that there are those who are going to be dropped. That's the fact. Okay? Because he will very well knows that if he brought the entire cabinet back without first listening to the ground, it will have a ripple effect. Although I believe, as day follows night, that I expect Murkomen to come back in parliament because he shares the same history, almost the same history as Duale. He was one of the biggest pillars when William Ruto was looking for the presidency. Okay, he fought for him when he was majority leader. He won his Senate seat and he was told to leave the Senate to come in cabinet. You cannot put Murkomen down. Even if he's weak, by the way, it's not true that he's weak, but even if he is weak, he must be brought back in cabinet. So I think in the scheme of listening to the ground, William Ruto decided to release part of his cabinet, not his entirety. Okay? Even before this was released, I expected Dwale to come back. I expected Kindiki. Murkomen is going to come back because he has the same history. Every person who left his seat after winning is going to come back. Trust me. But I also expect new faces. I may not be surprised when I see Ndindi Nyoro. Okay? So it is a scheme of listening to the ground by testing the waters to see what people will think. To see what people will think. And as I did in my last video, this position will be mostly taken by Mountain Kenya and Rift Valley. Even among the 11 positions, you clearly see that Mountain Kenya is represented. Alice Wahome is from Mountain Kenya. Eric Murithi Munga, one of the youngest, is from Mountain Kenya. Rebecca Miano from Mountain Kenya. Kithure Kindiki from Mountain Kenya. They already have like 4 people among the 11. Even some people are coming out to speak about the youngest, one of the youngest in the partially released cabinet, Eric Murithi Muga, for water and sanitation, because he took news when he was appointed by William Ruto. Okay, but few people know that he has one of the best CVs. Okay, in the CV of Eric Murithi, you clearly see he has a master's degree in civil engineering, water resources. He has a bachelor's degree in civil and construction engineering, first class honors, University of Nairobi, 2018. Experience: he was assistant project manager, water and sanitation development project, assistant project engineer, Kwamkaso, design engineer, Kenya Towers sustainability. You clearly see that he has a lot of expertise in that docket. Even among the people who were brought basing on their expertise, you clearly see that Minister of Health is Dr. Deborah Mulongo, a doctor. It does not mean that a person must be in that or must have studied the same things in that docket. Some things are administration. If you have good administration skill, you can work in any ministry. But it is also an added advantage to have a technical know what in that ministry. So the Minister of Health gets a doctor. You clearly see that the part of the things that we are part of the list that were released in as cabinet secretaries in William Ruto's government are needed. Okay. My surprise, however, was the new Attorney General, Rebecca Maino. He is replacing the former Attorney General. Will the former Attorney General get a new position? And for me, I think if William Ruto, because the former Attorney General has less political clout in the politics of Kenya. So if Kenya is facing the challenges William Ruto is facing, some people must be sacrificed. He must pick competent people, but also people who have a political clout from where they come from. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.